What is up, folks? In today's video, we're doing a track breakdown of my tune Ravi Supreme. This is available to watch inside the SYNTHO app, along with 370 educational videos on music production from myself and other world-class producers. This tune came out on Automatic Writing, a French label. I actually really like this one. I know I should like all of my music, but this one's got a bit of character and flair that when I listen back to it, brings back good memories, and that's what music should do. If you want to see more videos like this and get some advice on your own music, try out the SYNTHO app. It's £10 for the trial. We give feedback each month. You can request videos, you can direct message, and you can get access to our newsfeed and meet like-minded individuals. We're changing the game one day at a time. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I will see all of you again soon. Put some comments below as well if you want to know any more information about the app or the video or anything like that. Welcome to today's video. As you click this video, you will know exactly what it is. It is a track breakdown of my tune Ravi Supreme, which came out the end of 2021 on the French label Automatic Writing. The EP has had some great feedback, played by many, and even a nice resident advisor review of this track. So I thought, let's get a breakdown of it done. It's a lot of channels. There's a lot of channels. So we will see today how I created all the tracks. It won't take us too long because a lot of them are just, you see down here, I don't even know what half it is. I made this tune actually at the end of 2020 in November. It's in my November 2020 folder. So it's always a nice way to refresh when I made the track, because I always make a folder in each month of the year. And then I just group them in there. It's easy to find afterwards. So let's play the track first. I'll just play it for a couple of minutes, and then we will begin the process of dissecting and snooping around of what's what in the track.
Funny, I can hear music.
Give us the breakdown. So that's the track, guys. It's really cool, actually. I really like this tune. It was made on just a standard afternoon, really, just in the lab, I remember. And I really got this bass line down before I went for my lunch, and I was like, I think I've got a banger on my hands there. And I think I was correct. So We're going to start off with the kick drum. And the kick drum is actually sampled from an old record. And you can almost hear this. If I take this off, this horrible white noise on it. And if we zoom in here, you see with the attack down, it's quite clicky. And I turn the attack up 0.11 milliseconds. And I've also filtered a bit the top end off. It's had this horrible click. So filtered, then put in mono, then a bit of an EQ to get rid of some of the resonances, because it was sampled kick from an old record. So you wouldn't need to do this processing on a new kick, as in something that was a nice quality sample, but the imperfections of this kick is what gives it the vibe. Let me put all that on. And you can hear it there. Sounds really cool. And we've also got a transient shaper on it, which I don't think it's doing much really. Just tightening it up a bit. But what a kick. And the bass line is from the Waldorf Micro Q, which is a synth I've got. It's fucking good synth. They are really hard to get hold of. But it's an organ sound off that. And I think I've deleted the MIDI for the bass line, which is a shame. Let's have a look. Ah, no, there we go. So here's the MIDI for the bass. And it almost just jumps up and down. So we're working in D sharp. Really good bass line, actually. Really good. Then on the bass, we've got this Moog filter by UAD, which is just rolling off a tiny bit of top. I actually think it sounds better without the filter on. It's got a bit more of a click then. Then we're taking off 20 hertz. If we put this EQ, turn it off. Quite clicky that. But the click's nice, you know. Now I'm listening back, I think I actually liked it with the click. Because that click almost gives it the rhythm. But anyway, I decided to roll the click off at this time in my life because I didn't want it. Then I've got Kickstart sidechaining it. So it dips. Kickstart is a sidechain plugin by Nicky Romero. Then the mic shift we didn't end up using, so we can delete that. Then I've got some compression on it. I've just got the preset called bass compression. Just because it was going up so much and I wanted to get it a bit tighter. And I wouldn't usually recommend compressing bass, but for this instance, it was needed. And I always say this, if you can nail the kick and the bass, the groove there, the rest is easy. I knew when I got these two elements down, we're going to be laughing. Like, that is a never-ending groove. So next we're going to the clap. The clap is the Ableton clap that comes in the 909 kit core. So anyone can access this by clicking the arrow top left, then going drums, and then going to the 909 kit core. 909 core kit, sorry. And it's just a clap for inside there. And I've got some decimal on it. And I've also got an EQ. Drawing off some low end. And then on send and returns, it's getting sent to the reverb. So on my A reverb, I have this reverb. A Lexicon by Universal Audio. And I've just got the preset called Club Alt Snare. And if we turn this reverb up, maybe I could have gone harder on the reverb. But like that, straight away, simple, super simple, sounds super juicy. The new me would probably process that clap a bit more. Maybe I'd fuck it up a bit more, make it a bit more distorted. And have we got any track delay? Got a bit of track delay as well down here. So you can open track delay, the bottom right, where the D is. We can push it back. I probably would have had it more track delayed as well. So next we've got these 909 hats. So these hats, I actually sampled this loop from an old record. Just turn everything else off. And if we take all these effects off, you'll show what the loop sounded like to begin with. So we had this. So at mono, that solved a lot of the problems. Then put the EQ on. And put this X noise on, which gets rid of kind of crackles. Roll up at the top. Then this really got rid of some of the resonant frequencies. And then we've got this pull set, which added a bit of brightness back on top. And it's like a weird loop, you know, from an actual 909. I couldn't have created that vibe with samples. I've actually sampled this loop in a few tracks. Really cool. So next we've got any effects on that? Bit of reverb. This perk. So 727 is probably the drum rack which I really like the most. Drum kit, sorry. As it seems to just have that vibe that I'm exactly after. So we've got decimal on the whole group. We've got an EQ. And we've also got a sidechain. Let's have a look at the exact sounds and the pattern we've got. So I've got this Markaz 727 on a 16th. Then a simple call and response from the two congas. Nothing complicated there. And it really grooves with the bass. Sounds super nice. So literally just a little EQ. So we'll next go to the actual 16th hats. Again, decimal, EQ'd, mic shift so it's a bit wider. Use Phase Mistress by SYNTHO for a bit of movement, then kickstarts with side chains. This just picks up the pace of it. And you can see every other one is dipping with the velocity, so it just moves up and down a tiny bit. Then we have the shaker. It's a bit harsh, that. Probably could have been mixed better. Sounds okay though. So all these hat shakers are really getting it rolling. So between the 16th shaker, that, and then this perk, we've got a good strong groove going forward. Tambourine's a bit later. So we've got this crash. Comes in on the 1. Classic 909 crash. Just got some ping pong going on that we'll have a look in a sec. So the crash is there, send a return on C. So let's open C up, let's have a look. It's an Echo Boy by SYNTHO with an 8th dot, feedback to there, mix all the way up, and a classic. You know, I love the ping pong, and that crash really brings the groove. We've got these snare fills at the end of the bars, which are really helping pick track up the energy. Listen. Little snare fills like that add so much to your tune. Like we've got one there at 49 as well. Really, really cool. The snare, if you watch any of the videos before, you'll know that I love this 909 snare that I actually sampled from an actual 909 with Alfie. And we've got mic shift on it, kind of to give it a bit of character. I've got this transient shaper to really make it stick, and it's kind of really punchy. I think that's a really good. Now this chain is great. I really need to save this snare because it's such a good. That chain of effects sounds really good. So when this drops, the tambourine comes in. Another 16th sound. Pick the energy up on the drop. So you need to think about these things, guys. As your tracks develop, you want new sounds to come in, new elements. I hear a lot of tracks and they have the same drum pattern the whole way through. And like you see here, we've got these snare fills, the tambourine comes in, and then the cowbell also comes in there. So we'll come to that in a sec. The tambourine has got Decapitated by SYNTHO, some distortion. Then EQ8, mic shift, phase mistress, and a sidechain. Then we'll come to the cowbell. And that just comes in at the end again like a little fill. And this just got an EQ. So let's have a look what processing is on the overall drum bus. Let's see if it's making it better. So first we've got the Studer, which is a tape by UAD. It's really hard to gauge if that's making it better or not. And then this warmth preset on the Ampex, which is rolling off some top end. And we've also got the UAD Vertigo with a tiny bit of compression. This is what the drums would sound like without any of that. Just gives it some grit. So that groove, it's really nice, really clean, but it also sounds quite vintage. I think the actual core groove of this tune is really, really good. So next, look at the synths. We will look at, I'm going to delete all this. Oh no, we'll keep that in. We'll start with this chord at the start. So oh, we can't hear this. Why is that? That's very strange. Ah, the group's not on. Still can't hear it. Are we missing this modular V chord? We could well be. Let's have a look if these other ones are working. That chord is super nice. So this first chord, I don't know why it's not working. It's from the modular V. It's almost like it's in demo mode. You know what, guys? I upgraded my iOS recently, and I think it's bugged some of the plugins. This was a chord using an organ sound. I could almost just find just something to replicate it. Organ. Yeah, that's house organ. Let's just do one of these for now, because you'll hear the rhythm. That's all that matters, really. Now I'm looking back to this track, it's really refreshing for me, actually. What I was doing a lot in this time was creating multiple chords. And then you see this next one, it's going to call and response off that. If we zoom in here, watch. And you get this amazing groove then. Something I need to start doing again more. Of having two sounds dance together. Let's just loop this here. So you see here, this is just that chord, but I obviously I wrote the pattern out with this one sound and then changed the sound for the response. Let's just put the second one on. And this chord, I believe, is from the Waldorf Micro Q. It's a fucking good machine. And they've just always got mic shift on because it makes them go nice and wide. We've always got an EQ on there to get rid of low end. I never really go crazy with the process then. And then if we skip to here, we've got the effects. We might as well just do this as we go along. So here we've got just random sounds played from a keyboard with a synth. Any synth you've got, if you go on the effects section, sorry, the VST, but these were just played in time. I think they were actually from my Roland MC505. But this whole effects bit, having this effect creates that tension and then transitions to the drop. Without these kind of effects, your track can sound a bit empty and almost just like loops and just grooves, whereas this really turns in a nice loop, a nice idea into a full tune. These little noises make the whole difference, I'm telling you. Zap here, which I'm going to start using again because it's really good, that. And again, I think this is just from a keyboard played. These fills are so important to make a track go off, I'm telling you. So what I did here was I just laid up the same bass melody with the Yamaha organ. chord at the end. Put this chord at the end of the bar. Then we've copied and pasted the same effect across. Then with a new zap here. And can you see here, if we look at, so it goes, the drops at 32, then we go to 41, the new sound comes in at 49. I feel like every 32 bars, not 32, sorry, every 16 bars, the fills are really good to add, you know, like these little things here. Then with the chord there, then we've got the snare up here as well. It means the end of this section, it really kicks on then. Then these chords from the intro come back in. So this whole thing again there. I think it's a really, really good piece of arrangement for myself. So now I've got these. This is the chord now. So we've got 3 different chords. Dun, dun, dun. This is a really nice section. So yeah, this is this bit here. I think this is really good with 3 different chords. When was the last time you guys had 3 different chords in a track? I've not done it for ages. Now I'm watching this, I'm like, shit, I need to get back on it. So if we watch this transition to the breakdown here, we have an acid lead come out of nowhere. Look at this. This little sound down here. This sound here.
Funny, I can hear music. Funny, I can hear music.
And then we have this effect. We've got that. Then we have this vocal here that I found from an old record.
Funny, I can hear
Hear
music.
music.
Funny, I can hear music.
And then you can see the effect there building up. Vocoder B. And then as the track drops, that's when we get this new synth line come in, which is the lead from the OB6, which is here. So if we listen to it. Very retro disco-y sounding lead, but it sounds really, really cool on this house-driven beat. So down here, this vocal starts coming in. I found this vocal on an old record.
We will control all that you see and hear.
But I wanted to build it up to that, so it goes. I sampled it on a one shot. With pan man, so it keeps moving as well. So the new synth line comes in, then the new vocal comes in, and it's really starting to pick up now. There's a lot of elements, things are going off. There's chords, there's effects, there's vocals. The whole shebang is in this track.
Funny, I can hear music.
have another break. Like a mini one.
We will control all that you see and hear.
Then this little effect here again, just more effects. This track was really good in the effect department. Then with the vocal changes again to this yellow one. So it goes all that you can see in this one.
We will control all that you see and hear. We will control all that you see and hear.
Then all these effects, just random noises from synths. And then when it all comes together, it just sounds epic.
We will control all that you see and hear.
And as you can notice, the synths then come out, that synth line, the lead. So that was in for this whole section. The dun 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 dun, then it comes out there.
We will control all that you see and hear.
Then back in, bam. Chord stays in. Look at this chord there, that's out though. So lots of subtraction and addition. Then the leads come back in here. You ready for it? Have we got the mode anywhere? We can have a look at. There you go. The 303 comes in. I don't know if I delete the 303 in the actual final version. I have a feeling I did. It sounds good. There's this that we heard earlier in this little breakdown. It kind of just comes in the breakdowns, this sound.
Funny, I can hear music.
With a string as well, just on top of everything. Such a nice touch, that string there. So the string just builds up from there to bridge the whole breakdown. And I've also got this pad sound, which I'll have a look at. As you can see, there's so many different sounds in this track. And I've really just built it up. I think it took me quite a long time, to be honest. And this does take a long time, all these effects, finding them. But it's what turns a cool groove into a polished track, like I said. I think the drop here is really, really nice. So nice. We've got the snare there with the bigger pattern. There's not mass amounts of automation really. It's quite a simple track in terms of the arrangement. It's just got really nice details in terms of sounds, like the actual layout of it. And this tension here is really cool. So here's this pad as well. I'll just show you this. I'm not sure where I found it. And then we just transition out. Have this little drop again.
Funny, I can hear music.
Then some of the synths come back in. The effects come back in. I always just copy and paste like a section from the start to the end. Little snare. The snare stays in the track. Vocal comes back in. Down here, then it transitions to that. Again. Last drop, and a little snare. But it's all that kick in the bass. The track is the kick in the bass. It's that. And some processing on the synths. It's all very simple. It's all recorded from hardware. You can see every time I use my microshift to make them wide. And filter. It's so simple, the processing. I always just use a microshift, kickstart. As you can see, microshift, kickstart, EQ. And that is the track, guys. So thank you for watching. Hopefully that was useful. I want to see you all in the SYNTHO app. It'll be worth your time and investment. If you don't want to join, just like this video anyway. And yeah, peace out, guys.